campsite wasn't on any map. I checked 3. Digital, laminated, hand-drawn, nothing. But the fire ring was there. The ash was warm. Not from the day before, not from weather. Warm like someone had just left, or like something had just arrived. I've been a ranger in Olympic for 11 years. I know every registered site by number, every permit zone, every boundary marker. But this site had no number, no name. Just a fire ring, a flattened tent pad, and a smell like copper and pine tar that I will never forget. Welcome to Trailwatch Tales, where park rangers share the encounters they were never supposed to talk about. I'm going to tell you everything that happened that night. But first, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from tonight. Because before this story's over, you're going to want someone nearby. I was running a solo compliance sweep that night. Standard Thursday rotation. Sector 3 Alpha of the Ho. No missing persons, no flagged permits, just routine eyes on before I turned back to the trailhead. The whole sector had been quiet for 3 weeks. Too quiet, honestly. Our backcountry numbers were off by almost 40% from the prior year. No explanation in any log. I chalked it up to weather. I should have looked harder at those numbers. The trail out to the sector's northern edge is unmarked past mile 11. No signage, no blazes. Rangers use GPS and memory. I'd walked it maybe 30 times. But that night, my GPS unit started stuttering at mile 11.4. Not dead, just uncertain. Jumping coordinates. And the smell hit me a half mile before I found the clearing. Copper and pine tar, like a wound and a match, struck at the same time. I radioed it in.
I'm at mile 12.
Dispatch confirmed there was no record of this site.
Over.
No number,
Moving now.
no history. And then she said something I didn't expect. Ranger Calloway,
Control, this is USFS. Something's out here.
you're the 3rd one this month
I need backup
to
now.
report that exact location.
Spelled wrong.
Dispatch pulled the incident logs right there on the radio. 2 prior reports. One from Ranger Torres in week 2 of October. One from a seasonal named Delaney in week 3. Both had found the same clearing. Both had called it in. Both had noted the warm ash, the GPS drift, the smell. And then, this is the part that made my stomach drop. Dispatch told me that neither Torres nor Delaney could pinpoint the clearing on a return sweep. I was gone. Not covered, not altered, just absent. Like it reset. I looked around the clearing again. My flashlight hit the tent pad, and that's when I noticed what I'd missed. There were objects arranged inside the flattened grass. Small ones. Dark. Placed in a deliberate pattern. I crouched down to look closer, and the forest behind me went absolutely, completely, impossibly silent. Something in that tree line was breathing. I could not see it. I could only measure it by the fog. My radio hissed once. Then the channel died. Not static silence. Chosen silence. I heard a sound I have no name for. Beneath the silence. Below hearing. I felt it in my sternum.
Base, this is Ranger 2.
I ran.
Over.
I know rangers don't run,
The channel's dead.
but I ran. And when I finally stopped,
Backpack looks abandoned.
half a mile back on the main trail,
Someone's in trouble.
I thought it was over. I was wrong.
The smell is stronger
because
here.
the smell was already there, waiting for me. I tried the radio again. This time I got through, but it wasn't dispatch. It was static, and underneath the static there was a voice, low and deliberate, and I can only describe it as directional, like it was aimed at me specifically. I couldn't make out words. My training said equipment malfunction, atmospheric interference, fatigue distortion. My body said, something is talking to you and you do not want to understand what it's saying. I steadied my breathing. I ran my checklist. 12 minutes to the trailhead at pace. Radio dead. GPS unreliable. One flashlight, fully charged. I started walking. Controlled pace, facing forward. And then my flashlight hit the trail ahead and I stopped moving entirely. Because 30 feet in front of me, standing at the edge of the beam, was a silhouette that did not have the proportions of anything I had ever seen. It was tall. Too tall. Standing in a way that made the trail look like a hallway built for something else. I clicked my flashlight off. I don't know why. Every protocol says keep your light. I clicked it off. It turned its head.
Who's there?
Slowly.
The one you seek.
Like it had all the time in the world.
The forest claims its own.
Like it had been waiting for me to look. I ran. It did not follow. And I have spent 3 years trying to decide which of those facts is worse.
Incident report,
I filed a report, but not the real one. I wrote that one by hand and buried it in my desk.
No, this can't be right. There's a gap.
Because when I went back through the incident logs, 3 days later, I found something I couldn't explain to anyone. I looked up the 1987 Ranger's name. His last patrol was October 14th, 1987, Sector 3 Alpha. He was listed as having taken early retirement 2 weeks later. No exit interview, no forwarding address on file. I found one photograph taken at the trailhead the morning after his last patrol. He was staring directly into the camera, and he looked exactly the way I felt. I still patrol Sector 3 Alpha. I still walk past Mile 11. I haven't found the clearing again. I don't know if that means it's gone or if it means I haven't been chosen yet. I finally looked up what the Quileute word is for a place that calls people to it and doesn't let them understand why. The word they use translates roughly as the zero. The place that has no number, because everyone who finds it gives it the same one.